Hi, welcome to ISE 2011 here in Hall 2, and our guest is Crestron. It's Jeff Singer, Marketing Communications Director at Crestron. Welcome, Jeff.
Thank you for having me.
And you've already gone through the whole press conference this morning, and I appreciate you coming over to share with us. But one of the fascinating things from the press conference was the integrated building technology and all that's happening around full building installation. And maybe you could tell us a little bit about your Core 3 OS.
Sure. One of the things that we realized is our clients are changing and our clients' needs are changing, and more than just integrating audio and video on the network, they really are expecting us to be able to integrate the lighting, the HVAC, the security, building management systems, all on the same platform. So we've developed and built a new operating system called the Core 3 OS and built it into our latest 3 Series control systems. These are cloud-based architectures built more like an IT network than a traditional AV control system that enables us to get faster processing power, more memory, more network connectivity, more security, and run multiple programs at the same time. By programs, I really mean all those systems like building management, lighting, security, and AV, and so forth, so that they can all interconnect and communicate with each other and yet run simultaneously and independently. So if you ever need to update or change the program to, say, your teleconferencing system, all your other systems can continue to run seamlessly in the background and give you a real, true building management solution.
That's a very important point. You don't want to turn off your security, just to make an adjustment in the program. And this is scalable for buildings of any size.
That's right. And what it also does is it gives us a framework also for a new GUI or user experience to make it a much richer and graphically dynamic experience. So one thing we learned from Apple is that if it looks good, people will buy it.
If it looks good, people will come.
And it also gives us the ability with our Veridian software to be able to monitor, manage, and really create reports around green systems and energy systems, so we can see where the energy is being used. We can monitor and automate that. We can switch energy sources from whether it be on the grid or renewable sources, and gives us a powerful, very efficient energy conservation system.
And I think that's certainly one of the directions that we're all interested in succeeding in. But one of the other things you were talking about that struck me in the press conference was digital media. Now with, what was it, 7,000 installations?
Yeah, we've had more than 7,000 successful installations, which represents hundreds of thousands of unique connecting points, meaning that hundreds of thousands of unique digital sources, and each one operates and communicates differently and responds differently. There are no real standards in place yet, and so we've written drivers for each one of them, and we've been doing this for a couple of years now, and we've taken all that experience from all those installations to develop our next generation of DM8G. That gives us 8 gig on every input and every output, and gives us the headroom and ability to be able to transmit long distance all of your analog signals, including computer, all your digital signals, all the embedded data, Ethernet, USB, and control over a single shielded twisted pair wire. It gives you the infrastructure.
Powerful.
Yeah,
Powerful.
To everything you need today and well into the future.
And my understanding is that Infocom, for example, is looking at digital media as a standard, and as
both Infocom
training.
and CEDIA, have really accredited we created an architectural specification around this technology, and because we've been able to prove that it works, both Infocom and CEDIA did accredit that certification program and that specification.
Great. And the other thing from the press conference that I thought was of interest is the sonics, of course, because the audio transport is so important.
Right. We took everything that we learned from digital media and how to be able to transmit all the data and all the signals long distance over a single wire and applied that to audio distribution. So we took that sonics transport technology, which is capable of transmitting 64 channels of HD audio and control hundreds of feet over a single wire, and put that into our new 24x8 sonics audio distribution system. It's an all-in-one system. It gives you a preamp switcher, DSP, and amplifier all in one. And what that enables us to do is to really get a lot of the equipment out of the rack, saves a ton of rack space, and it also practically eliminates cables.
Well, eliminating cables, and saving rack space, those are the things that the integrators like the most. One final question here, Jeff, you've come all the way from the States and that. How do you find ISE? I mean, how does it strike you this year, the ISE 2011?
Well, I don't have other ISEs to compare it to since it is my first, but it's been a great show. I really encourage anybody to come out and check it out. It's been a great experience.
Well, welcome and thank you for coming to our ISE 2011 session. Thank you, Jeff.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.